Guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp with the Limp, and I'm here with another 5-minute review where I let you know very quickly whether a game is worth getting on sale, or if you should give it a pass. In this 5-minute review, we're going to take a look at American Tank Ace by Compass Games. This is one that I have covered previously. I've got a bunch of videos on it. Make sure you go see the long form review. Obviously, being American Tank Ace, this is a game where you're going to control an American tank. Generally, it's going to be a Sherman, but there are a few other options. And you're going to control this tank and its crew through the course of World War II or until you explode. So you're going to control this tank on a series of missions, and these missions will vary. There'll be attack missions, defend missions, or even follow-on missions where the enemy, the Germans, will counterattack and come back after you, so you won't have a chance to rearm and resupply in between every one of your missions. So when it comes to the components of the game, I'm not going to get long-winded into that. You'll see a lot of them in the background as we're going on. The components, though, for the game are fine. You're going to have counters, player aids, and a few selected mounted boards. None of them are bad, and it's definitely good quality for the price that you're going to be paying for the game. Very par, you're good, nothing great like outstanding, and nothing bad that makes the game not worth getting. So when it comes to the core concept of the game, it is you controlling your tank. Games like this always have you controlling your whatever, your Zeppelin, your submarine, in this case, your tank. You're going to do that through the use of the two boards, all right? So you're going to have your battle board, and then you're going to have your tank board. The tank board is going to be used to keep track of things like your ammo, what direction your turret's facing, whether or not you're hull down, and even things like your crew status or upgrades that they have. So basically everything specific to your tank is going to be kept track of there on the tank board, obviously. The other main board that you're going to be using is the battle board. And that's kind of pulled out, right? So tank board, you're zoomed in to your tank specifically. Battle board, you're zoomed out to see the battlefield. That is going to be used to keep track of the actual action, right? So that's where most of the stuff is going to be taking place, is right there on the battle board. You'll have a little counter representing your tank, and you'll use this to represent what range you are compared to the enemies, you know, short, medium, long. And then there's a selection of circles across the top that will hold the enemies, all right? So sometimes the enemies will be on your left, sometimes they'll be on your right, and sometimes they're going to move up and they're going to try to flank your tank. This battle board will also show us the weather and what terrain that we're going to have in our battlefield. So during the game, right, when you're actually playing the game, you're going to generate a mission. And this mission is going to vary based on the time and the location, because as your campaign goes on, the enemies are going to change. The location is going to change. So you're more likely to encounter woods at certain points or bocage at certain points. And then as the campaign continues, you're going to encounter those later types of German units as the war is coming to a close. So when you're in the actual mission itself and you're down there on the battle board doing your thing, that's where you're going to be making the actual choices that you make in this game, or at least the majority of them. Moving around, turning your turret, what type of ammo you're going to be loading into your main gun, or even your machine guns, and who you're going to be firing at, because this represents a battlefield. And since it represents a battlefield, the enemy isn't always targeting you, but if you start shooting at them, they will be targeting you. So during your mission, you'll keep repeating those steps until either you beat the mission or your tank is destroyed. And once the mission is done, you're going to keep repeating missions until either the campaign is over and you've won and World War II has ended, or you're destroyed. Basically, in this game, you're going to go until you die or the war ends. So yeah, when it comes to American Tank Ace, this is an easy buy. If you've watched any of my reviews before, you've heard me talk about it. I freaking love American Tank Ace. It is now probably my favorite of the roll and play games. I just love it. It's great. It's one that's actually put a lot of choice into the player's hands. Too many of these games, right? Games of this nature, they have choice, but it's not really enough choice to make it feel game-esque. In a way, you almost feel like you're just rolling and having the game tell you what happens, right? You're not getting to make that many choices throughout the course of your campaign. Well, this one, you are making those choices. Are you firing Willie Pete's this way? Are you firing armor piercing that way? Are you even firing at that target? You know, what are your choices? Are you going to push on How are you going to advance to maybe a new tank? What advancements do you make to your crew, right? As you gain experience points, certain ones will benefit you, right? You improve your gunner and you get that die roll modifier as part of your bonuses for your crew. Stuff like that can really benefit you, but it's all choices that you're making. I love that. I will say there was a fair amount of errata for this game. You would definitely have to pull that up until they get the rulebook updated if they do a second edition of the game, which they should because the game was outstanding. If you like the roll and play games, this is one that you do not want to miss. And they do have the British Tank Ace coming soon, and I am definitely looking forward to that one, and I will be covering the hell out of it. So, yep. American Tank Ace, definitely worth a buy. Check it out. You guys take care. I will get you in the next one.